we know about the mathematics. The function is some expression, mathematical expression, and we give some input, and based on the functions or the mathematical notation or relationships, we will get the output. So in our programming language, besides mathematical expression or mathematical function, we have other things to do. So that means function is some task, and we design that concept, we design that equations, we design that rules, and based on that rules and the information, input information, the function will give us an output. Okay, so function will be of different types. So let's see one by one how we can write the functions, or what are the categories of that function. So we'll write a program. This is about the function one, our first topics related to function. And as typical, we use that include. So in this case, we write the function. That means y is equal to thrice x plus 5. So it will show us the output. So if we just write or play that function, so it will be 65. So 30 into 20, that means 60, and plus 5 is equal to 65. So this is the first mathematical expression that we write, and instead of writing these things, we can just give it a function. That means instead of writing this one, we can write like this: y is equal to a function of x. Okay, like this we can write. Okay, we are already habituated with something like sine or cos. If you write, you can like sine of x. Okay, so this is already known to you. So like this sine x, we can write another function like fun x. Okay, fun. So this function is not in the C++ programming language. It is written by us. So we have to define what the function or this name fun is. Okay, so it is our duty. So how to write that function? What is the ruling of writing that functions? So before using it, before using this function, we have to define what the function is and how to write these things. So just for the time being, instead of, so at before using this function, we have to write this function. So function is, the name is function, and what it will take an integer value. So you have to write here integer something, integer whatever, integer a. Okay, or for simplicity you can write integer x, no problem. And what it will do, it will make a calculation. So you have to make another integer y is equal to what? It will be like this line. So you can write here, and after that, after calculation, what it will return? It will return the value of y. So you have to return y. And since y is integer, so here you have to return the integer. So this is the function. So before using that function, so in this line, that means in this line 14, in this line 14, we are calling this function. So in this line, we are calling the function. Okay, and in the line 4, or that means in this part, it is better, we should say we are defining the function. So here we are defining the function, and here we are using this function. Calling means using. So here you are calling or using the function. So then the question comes, fun is not in C++. It is not written in C++. It is written by us. So we have to define how this function is working on. And in this function, if you see, at first you are writing the function name, and within this bracket, you are giving the input variable. So input variable is of which type? Input variable is of integer type. So here you see in the function like this, function is the name fun, and as a parameter, that means as an input, you have to write what type of variable you are using. Here we are using integer type variable, so you have to define, or you have to write that integer and then the variable name. And afterwards, within this function, you have to make these calculations. That means integer y is equal to something. And after calculation, you have to return that value, because without returning, we will not get the result in the output part. Okay. So you have to calculate. After calculation, you have to send back the result to the original function. That means in the main function. So this main function is called, in this case, this main function is called test function. Why test functions? Because when you create a function, you have to test it, whether it will work or not. So where you are using that your written new function, you write, you call, or you use this function in the main function. So in this case, the main function can be called as test function. So again, we are using a function because all the functions in C++ is not or sufficient for us. Okay, we have to define lots of functions based on our requirement. Okay, we want to make a cricket match, a function for, or a software or a game for cricket match, and within this cricket match there are lots of functions related to over, functions related to innings, function related to score. So these functions are not available in C++. It should be written by us. So that's why we need to know how to write a function. And whatever the concepts we want to use, already we know that everything is built on variables and operators. That means variables are the places. That means in this case, x and y. So these are the variables. You need the variables, and besides these variables, you need the mathematical functions or some relational functions. Mathematical functions means here into, plus, minus, assignment operator or assignment like equal to, relational operator greater than, less than, and some conditions, if else, and some iterations, that means for, while. So these are the things already we know. Now it is our time to use all these concepts in an intelligent way so that it will serve our purpose. So at first, so here we see that this is the function. It will take our input, it will do some calculations, and after calculations, it will return us the result. And the result will be shown in the main function. So just write these functions and see whether it will work or not. So, okay, it is working. So y is equal to function x, and it shows the value y. And what is the fun x? Then we have to go this function fun x, or this fun, and this fun will calculate. It will take the value x from the original function. That means in the main functions, the value of x is 20, and the 20 is going to that function, that fun, and the calculations will be returned to the place where it is called. So in this 15 line, in this line number 15, the fun x, or the function is called, and the fun will go to the line 5, and in the line 5 the function is written in details, and after that from 8 it is returned to the original calling place. Calling place means where the function is called. The function is called at line 15. So the result will be going to this y. So instead of, okay, so in this case, it is not mandatory to write x and y in the definition. In this definition, you can write a, b, c, d, no problem. Because this function is nothing but a template. This function is nothing but a rule. Okay, so you can write a variable in the function, and in the original function calling, that means in the main function, you can write any other name. That is not a problem. That means instead of writing x and y, you can write here like this is your input and this is your output. So you can write in this way. Our output is equal to fun of input, and here you will show the output, and it will be not it will not be creating any problem. It will not create any problem. So because the input represents x, okay, or the value of input will go to this place x, and after calculations of this y, the value of y will go to this place, where that means the output will take the value of y and it will show the result. So the definition, in the definition, the variable name, and in the calling, the variable name, they don't need to be same. They may be same or may not be same. That will not create any problem. The fact is, we have to understand actually how these things is going. Now, so this is one type of functions. So before now we write a function in very basic way. Okay, there are four types of functions. So if we write these functions, there are four functions. As an example, we are writing fun1, fun2, fun3, and fun4 for simplicity. Okay, so fun1 is a function. It will take nothing. Okay, so before doing this, writing this, the generic pattern is that the function should write return value, then function 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 name. Okay, so here write like return value, then function name, then bracket, within that the input value or input parameter I should write. Now in the bracket, so in the bracket you will write the details implementation, the details implementation or the action. You can say the details implementation or the action, and after that you will return the value. You will uh, return the value, return the value or variable, you can say, and afterward this is the finishing line. Okay, so in this way you have to write the function. So in our case, so we have four functions. If there is no return value, so we should write then void. Okay, if there is no return value, then we should write void, and if we have some return value, we will write the variable. Okay, so fun1, this is the function. It will take nothing. Fun1, it will take nothing and it will return nothing. So how you have to write? Just like cout welcome to Tripoli 1109. So here you are showing a message. You are not taking any input. You are not returning any output. Okay, you are not returning any variable, any value. You are just showing a message. You are not returning any variable or value. So this is a function. This is the first category of function, fun1. I give the name fun1. You can give any other name. So this is the function which will take nothing as an input. So it is better I should write here the first category of function, no input and no return value, no return. Okay, I should say no input, no return. So if there is no return, that means we call it void. Void means nothing. Void means nothing. So here fun1 is the function. It will take no input and it will not return any output. So if we like, we can write like this: return void. That means it returns nothing. Okay, it returns nothing. If you like, you can write in this way, or you can omit that, no problem. So this is the first category of function which takes nothing and which returns nothing. Then you can ask me that, then what is the use of that function? So this is the use of function like welcome to Tripoli. So it is showing you some message. Okay, you are not, it is not taking or it is not doing any kind of further calculations. So that's why this function is a void type function. In the second case, fun2, you give some value. Okay, integer something, integer hour. As an example, you are giving integer hour. Okay, and what it will show. So this is this function. So this is the second category of functions. So this will, it has some input, it has input, but no return. Okay, it takes some input value, it takes, but it will give you no return. As an example, integer hour. Okay, so here see out, you can write if hour is, less than what, less than 12. Okay, 0 1 2 3 less than 12. So you can just show this time is before noon. That means before 12. Okay, you can show like this. Okay, but it is not showing any else. You can write cout time is after noon. Okay, so in this case, it is taking a value, from the main function, and based on the function, based on that input value, it is showing some message, or it will do some calculation. That's good, but it will not return anything to the main program. Okay, so that's why, so again, you can, if you like, you can write return void, or if you like to omit, no problem, it will not create any problem now. So this is the second kind of functions. So it has some input, but it doesn't have any output. Okay, now come to the third function. So this third function is what? So it is not taking no input, I should say no input, but some return, like the dice. The dice is, you are not giving any input, but it will give you some return, like 1 up to 1 to 6. Okay, so in this function like this, so this function will take nothing, but it will give you some return. As an example, integer y, and it can give any value, rand modulus 10. So that means it will give within 0 to 9, as an example. Or if you like, you can write in this way, rand 6 plus 1. So it will give you within 1 to 6. So it is like dice. So you can just return that value, return y. So in the main function, you will get that value y, and you will do some more game, like card game or Ludo or whatever. So this function will take nothing, but it will give you something. Okay, it will not take any value, but it will give you some value, and you can work with that value in the later part of your program. Like as an example, I can say, like it is a dice throwing dice, you can say. The dice means the chokka, what we say in Bengali. Okay, so this is the third category of function. And the fourth category of function already we have observed. So our this function, this fun, this is the fourth category of function. So instead of writing this integer fun4, already we can write in this way. So this is the fourth category of functions. Why? Because it is taking something, it is using that value, and it will return another value or another variable. So we can say, so this defining this function, so this is the function. It has, I should say, it has input and and return. So it has both part, it has input and also it will return. So these are the four things or four category of functions in our chapter 5. So the first one, no input, no return. Second category, it has input, but it has no return. The third one, no input, but some return. And the fourth is input and return. So if you like, you can just write in the Boolean form. We know that Boolean form, that means 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. We can just write in this way. So if it is first is the return and another is the input. So you can write in this way. The first one is 0, 0, 0 means nothing. Okay. And the second one is here 0, but here something. So we write 1 meaning something. And in the third category, we have returned something, but we don't have any input. And in the fourth case, we have returned and also we give input. So these are the four categories of functions. So we give the name as, for our understanding, this is our fun1, and this is the case for fun2, and this is the third category. This is for fun3, and this is the fourth category, and this is the fun4. So we just give the name fun1, 2, 3, 4. You can give any other name, no problem. So these are the cases. So now, since we write these functions, now it is the time to use these functions and see whether it will work or not. So we already know that function 4 will work. So this is your function 4. But before doing that, we can calculate what's about the function 1, 2, and 3. So function 3, it has no input and no output. So we just call like this. We just call here fun1 and nothing else, because fun1 is what? Fun1 is taking nothing. Fun1 is taking nothing, and fun1 is returning nothing. So just write fun1. So what about fun2? Can we write fun2 in this way? Can we write? So here the fun2 is what? This is your fun2. Fun2 is taking a value. Fun2 is taking a value, but it will not return any value. Okay, it will take a variable or it will take a value, but it is not returning anything. It shows something, it shows some message, it shows some value, but it is not returning any value to main program. Okay, so that's why for fun2, what should I write? For fun2, you have to give a value. So I should say hour. Okay, and before doing that, I can use that integer hour, and you can take the value from user, or you can give a fixed value, no problem. Just for simplicity, we are just giving a fixed value, but you can give the value from the user. It can be done. So this is your fun2. So fun2 is taking a value but not returning something. Okay. What's about the third one? The third one, fun3, it is not taking any value, but it is returning something. Okay. So it is not taking any value. So fun3 is not taking any value, but it is returning something. As an example, integer dice. Okay. And the value from function 3, the value of function 3 will come to the variable, will return to the variable, to the main program where it is calling, and the value is saved in dice. Okay, so just go to fun3 again. So fun3 is not taking any value. Fun3 is not taking any value. It is calculating something, and after calculating something, that means the result will be returned, will be go to the original program. So where the value will be saved, the value of fun3, the returning value is fun3 is y, and the y will be saved to where? To dice. Okay, so the function3, calling of function3 will give you a value. The value will be in the y coming from fun3, and that y will be saved to where? The value of y is saved to this variable dice. And if you like, you can just see like this. You can write in this way: the value returned from fun3 is, or like this. And now you can say this is your dice and end L, like this you can write. Okay, so what's about fun4? Already you know that fun4 already we have used that. So calling this calling the function 4, we can say, or and the output. So you can again in similar fashion to this, you can write like this, like the value returned from fun4 is what? The fun4 is output. Okay, so these are the 4 categories of functions that we have right here. Now just run this program, whether we check whether it will work or not. Okay, return void. So return void is not allowed in this code blocks, but some other compiler allow this wording. So just we avoid this one for the time being, or in this compiler, but some compiler allow this. Okay, return void, but since they are returning is nothing, so we don't we can omit this line. Again we say. Now just see the welcome to EEE1109, time is before noon. Oh yeah, it is better actually we have to give some endl. It will be easily visible then. Okay, endl. Now again write or run this program. So if we just we just check in the main program, at first the welcome to EEE1109. So you are calling the first function fun1 at line 51. At line 51, the first function fun1 is calling, and when function 1 is calling, what is the action of that function 1? So if you go there, the function 1, so it is just showing a sentence. It is showing a sentence in the output, but there is nothing dealing or the business with the any kind of input or output. Okay, no calculation, just showing some statement or showing something. So this is your first calling or the execution of the first function. So what's about the second function? The second function is taking a value of hour, and then it returns nothing, but it shows some statement. Okay, it shows some statement. Okay, so where we are, so in the second case, so we are giving a value of hour, and the function will take that hour, and what it will do, it will just show us the status. That means based on this hour value, it shows us time is before noon or time is after noon. Okay, but it is not returning. Again I say, it shows us some messages, but it will not return any value. Okay, so if you go to the main function, in the main function, that function 2, the function 2 is taking a input. So I should write in this way: it is taking input, but not giving any output, not giving any output. Output like output variable, output value or variable. Output means output value or variable. Okay, in the function function 3 is not taking anything. Okay, function 3 is not taking anything, but it gives a value. So if I just go through this, the value returned from function 3 is 6. Okay, so as in some cases it will give you 6, or if you it will give you any other value. Okay, so before going through this, already we know that we need to use some srand. So it is better before doing this, we can write srand and or just in, or yes, we can write here srand, and in this case the time, and in this case the null. Already we know that, so we have to use these things. And before that, the time, c time should be c time, and also cstd lib. We have to use this c time and cstd lib for using what? For using random variable. So srand is null, time null, and you generate a random number. And again, if you execute the program, now the value is function, the value is 1 before noon. So if you write something value after noon, that means in this case, if it is not hour is 4, if the hour is what, 14 means 2 p.m. Okay, so if the hour is 14, and again if you just execute this program, it will show that it is not, it is afternoon. Previously it was before noon, now it is afternoon. And again the random value, at first we see that random value is 6, later it was 5, it was 1, now it is 5. Okay, and if you like, you can also change the value coming from this input value. The input value, instead of writing 20, if you like 10, then it will change to what? It will change to 35 probably, because 3 into 10 means 30, and 5, it will be 35. So okay, so this is the scenario. That means this is the way we can write 4 functions. Okay, all functions have some different behavior. Okay, some functions will take input, and some give output, some will take input and output, give output simultaneously. So these are the 4 categories of the function. Now again we'll go to our cricket match, and we will see that how that cricket match will go on. Because you know that cricket match, you have the innings, we have the scoreboard, we have the over. Okay, so this is a good example where you will have several variables, several concepts, and you have to deal all those things in a single program. So again we write this program, and so at first, we should say cricket, but here we use cricket function. We should say cricket function dot cpp. So in this program, so at first write the typical things include, since we need to use the random things, so we also use that c time, and also we will use that srand, cstd lib. Now we have to use this. At first, write the main function. In the main function, what you will do? In the main function, you will do what? You say a function like play, just you write a function, play cricket. Play cricket. So this is the function. So this is the simple functions. Okay. Integer main, what you will do? You will play cricket and nothing else. So this is the basic functions that you can, and then return 0. Okay, so this is the simplest way. Outwardly it seems it is simple. Okay, because all the things is play cricket. Now the question is how to play cricket. Okay, so you have to define that. You have to write that how to play cricket. So it is void, because play cricket is a function. It will not take anything, and it will not return anything. In the play cricket, what you will do? You will just write play innings. You should say play innings, and you should use show score. You should say show score. So in the play cricket, what we have to do? We have to play innings, and you have to show score. So these are the things. Okay, and here are some variables, because show score means showing something. Show score of what? show score of two teams. Okay, so in the play cricket you have two teams. Okay, so you have to write that string team one, team name one, you should say name one, n1 and n2. Okay, n1 and n2. Here you just give some name, or as an example fixed name or different name. As an example, team one is our electrical team and team two is coming from CSC. Okay, we have two team in our OST, AAA and CSC. These are the names, and we will show this or we will calculate the status of this team. Okay, so in the play innings, we'll play the match, and after playing, the result will be shown in show score. Okay, so these are the simple things. Now the play innings, what you will play. Okay, for simplicity in the play innings, so this is a function. This is a function you have to write, and this is the show score. Again, you have to write, because play innings and show score is not in the C++ program. We have to write that. So again, you just write here void, as an example, void and show score, show score, and then what? Here, for simplicity, you can just write cout. The match is between, for simplicity, you just write the match is between whom? Between n1 and n2. The match is between you should say n1. It is n1 and n2. Just for simple, we don't need to calculate too much. We just give some just information about the match is between n1 and n2. Now the question is, if you ask show score about what? About what is n1 and n2? Show score doesn't know about n1 and n2. So it is your duty to give to provide this value. That means string n1 comma string n2. So if you give this value n1 and n2, then the program, that means this function show score, will show you what? Show you this sentence in a correct way. The match is between n1 and n2. So what is n1 and n2? N1 and n2 is provided by whom? Provided where the function is calling. So when you are calling this function show score, here you have to give this value n1 and n2. Okay, and where n1 and n2 is coming? N1 and n2 is coming from line number 7. Again I say that in the play cricket there are two functions. One is play innings and second is show score. And in the show score, what it will show? It will show a simple line. The match is between n1 and n2. Now the question is, what is n1 and n2? N1 and n2 is completely unknown to this function show score. It is your duty to write what is n1 and n2 as an input parameter. So n1 and n2 is nothing but of type what? Of type string. So you have to write string n1 comma string n2. So this is your functions. Now where this function is calling? The function is calling in this line. So in this line you have to just write show score and what is n1 and n2. Now what is n1 and n2? Already it is written in line number 7. So in this way we can write a function. So again, come to this main program. In the main program we have only one function, and that is play cricket. Now what is play cricket? We have to go to write the function play cricket. So in the play cricket there are two functions. What is play innings and show score? Okay, and what is show score? Show score, since you are using the function here, you have to write it before that. Okay, you have to write before that, because otherwise it will not get the function. So here you have to write show score. Now the question is, what is show score? Show score is a function. It will take two string n1 and n2, and it will show this line. See out the match is between n1 and n2. Now, what is n1 and n2? It is already written in line number 15. N1 is a name of a department, n2 is another name of another team. Okay. Now the question is, what is play innings? Again, what is play innings? So play innings should be a function. So we should write here what is play innings. Okay. For the simplicity, we just write here play innings, and it takes nothing, and it shows what? See out. Just uh line is, you can say just match is delayed. Match is delayed due to rain. Okay, so in the play innings, when the both of the team will come to the field and wants to play, but the problem is due to weather, it is not possible to play on that certain day or that certain session. That's why just some status is shown, match is delayed due to rain. Okay, so here no calculations or no input and no output, just a status is shown. So this is what? This is a function within a function. This is a function within a function. Why? Because in the main function, you are calling another function, that means play cricket. And when you go to this play cricket, here you call another two functions, that means play innings and show score. Now the question comes, you have to write again the definition or the details of how this play innings function work and how this show score function work. So here we write the play innings functions, we write the show score functions. In the show score functions, you see that it takes two input but no output. Okay, it will not need any output. It doesn't need any variable where you will keep the output result, but you need two input, that is n1 and n2. That's why we are writing in this way. Okay, and for the play innings, it is not taking any input, it is not taking any output, just it shows a status, that means the match is delayed due to rain. So if we just like to execute the program, let's run this program, whether it will work or not. Just see. It shows error void show score, and show score string n1 string n2. What is the problem? See out the match is, just see. If you just see the logs, and in the log, what string was not declared in this scope, string n1 and string n2. Okay, the problem is using name space std. Okay, now it will not be a problem. Again, we write. Okay, so match is delayed due to rain, and the match is between Tripoli and CSC. So what we between what this and this. Okay, now just now see. So you are calling at first play cricket. It will run. So if the play cricket, this line will be executed, it will go to the which line? This 29 number line will call the original function play cricket. So where is the play cricket? Play cricket. Here is the play cricket. Okay. So from 29, from the 29 number line, it will go to 18 line. So play cricket, where is the play cricket? Here is the play cricket at line 18. Okay. In the play cricket, what is the action? The action is, here are two variables, n1 and n2. After that, there are two functions. First function is play innings and second function is show score. So at first it will execute play innings. Then the question comes, where is play innings? The play innings is in the 12th number line. Okay, so from this 21, it will go to 12. And in the 12, Then what is the function? The function is nothing, just it will show a line, match is delayed due to rain. Okay, the match is delayed due to rain. And afterwards, again, it will go to this 21 number line. And after that, it will go to 22. And in this 22 number line, there is another function. The function is show score. Okay, so again, you have to go to this to the function where the show score is written. Okay, in the line number 22. So from line number 22, you will search where the show score is. Show score is in this case in line number 6. So again, in line number 6, show score, but the fact is, keep in mind, show score is a function. It needs two value, n1 and n2. So if you call this show score, but if you are not giving any variable, if you are not giving any variable, then it will create a problem. Just execute this. Okay, here show score, it is creating a problem, the red line. So red mark, what is the red mark? If you just see here, it is written too few arguments to function, because here it is suggesting that void show score is a function. Void show score is a function. It needs two string variable, but you are not giving the string variable. So you have to give this. You have to give n1 and you have to give n2. If you forget, if you just give only one, again it will create a problem, because in the definition you formalize, you give the formula or the definition is that it needs two variable and both should be string. Both should be string. Again, it will create a problem, because what? Again, you see too few arguments to this function. It needs two string comma string. But what you are giving? You are giving only one string. You need to give another string. Okay, so you are giving n2. Now, it is complete. For simplicity, you want to show in the show score, you want to give the innings of two team. Okay, so that means what? The match is between n1 and n2, and then you can write like this: n1 cout, n1 scored. You can write in this way: n1 scored how much? Scored run 1. Okay, n1 scored or total 1. You can say total 1. Endel. Okay, and in similar fashion, you can write n2 scored t2. So n1 scored some runs, n2 scored some runs. Now the question is, t1 and t2, we don't know the value. We know that n1 is the name of first team, n2 is the name of second team, but the question is, we don't know what is t1 and t2. So it is our duty to write what is t1 and t2. So it is integer. So we should write integer t1 comma integer t2. So in a program or in a function, you can give several variables, more than one variables. Here we need the name of two team. Here we need what? The total run of two team. Okay, so you are giving the name of two team. You are giving the total run or the total score of two team, and this will be shown in the show score. Now the question is, what is T1 and what is T2? So when you are show score, it is not N1, N2. After you have to give T1, comma T2. You have to give T1 and T2. Now the question is, what is T1 and what is T2? So you have to write here. You have to write in this case, it is like integer T1. Okay. integer t1, and for simplicity we can write a random value. Since it is a T20 match, so just you can write it is 220. So it will be from, or you can just complete the lower range, upper range, we know about that. So the lower score for T20 will be 100 plus rand of range, and range will be what? 100 plus range will be from 0 to 100, you can like, or just in this way. So 100 plus 0 to 99. So the lowest score will be 100 and the highest score will be what? 199. So this is the range for T1. In the similar way, you can write the score for the second team. For the second team, you can write it is T2. Okay, T2 will be 100 plus, again random value. Some value will be assigned to T1 and some value will be assigned to T2. And in the show score, you are giving name 1 of team 1, name 2 of second team, total score of first team, total score of second. And based on that, the value will be shown in the main functions. So just write here and execute whether it will work. Match is delayed due to rain. No, now match is not delayed. The match is played. So just for simplicity, now I write here that match is not delayed. Rather, I should say match is played. Match is played for 20 overs, we can say, for 20 overs, like this. Okay, and again, if you execute this program, so match is played for 20 overs. The match is between Tripoli and CSC. Tripoli scored 141. CSC scored 167. Let's see if the score is improved for Tripoli in the next match. Oh no, again a similar problem, 141, 167, because we are not dealing with S rand, so we have to use that like S rand and time and what, then null. So this will initialize the random number generation series randomly. So hope now there is a chance, there may be chance for electrical to win this match. Oh, now it is good. Yes, electrical 177 and CSC 166. If you like, you can play again. Now very bad, electrical 106. Again play. Electrical 129. Play again. All the times electrical has some difficulty in scoring. Again play. Yes, it is now better. So in this way, we can just make a function. We can utilize these functions to play a match, and we can give we can show the result. Okay, and in the result, if you like, you can just give comments or give a decision which is the winning team. So in the show score, if you like, you can after writing this, just you write if n1 is greater than n2, if n1 is greater than n2, you can write that cout n1 is the, you can write n1 is the winner. Okay, just you can write n1 is the winner, or else you can write n2 is the winner. Okay, else n2 is the winner. So in this way, actually, we are making a simple program, little by little, a complex one. That means outwardly at first see that
স্যার ওইখানে স্যার T1 গেটার দেন T2 বা এরকম কিছু একটা হইতো না স্যার ইফে?
Okay, so so now n1 is the winner or n2 is the winner. Now just play the match again. Okay, so Tripoli scored 150, CSC scored 121. So N1 is the winner, we understand. So N1 is the Tripoli, so Tripoli is the winner. But besides, we have two other, you know that in the cricket match, of course, so you need the calculations of the wicket. So if you like, you can add two more variables. That means what? Wicket. Okay, so again, integer W1, and what? Integer W2. So this is for the wicket of uh, team 1 and wicket of team 2, and you can give the score N1 short scored eto, and you can write eto, then divided by this, and you can write wicket 1 W1. And in the similar fashion, you can write for second team like this, it will be W2. So in the score, we need 6 things: team 1 name, team 1 run, T1 wicket. Second team name, second team run, second team wicket. Okay, so now you can just show the score in more clarified way. So how many wickets actually they lose the wicket. So again, we can write in this way: integer W1 is equal to, again, you say just 5, or you can say 4 plus what? 4 plus rand how much? 4 plus 6 highest. So it will be what? It will be 7. Okay, yes, 0 to 6 plus 4. So all the times at least 4 wickets will be gone. It is a general case. So W1, and again in the similar way, you can write for W2. In the same way. Okay, so the total run and the total wicket for T1, T2, W1, W2 is calculated, and this value will be given in the show score. So W1 and W2. So these are the case. So N1, N2, T1, T2, W1, W2. These are the 6 variables or the 6 things we have to give to show the score in a proper way. Okay, incorrectly. And also you can give the decision. That means which team is the winner team. Okay. So now if you just write the program again, or go through the program again, or execute the program. So the match is played for 20 overs. The match is between Tripoli and CSC. Tripoli scored 122 in losing 7 wickets, and CSC scored 116, losing 5 wickets. But since Tripoli scored more, so Tripoli is the winner. Okay, so in this fashion, actually, you can make this program a little bigger and little bigger. Okay, more complex but more realistic. The more complex is, the more realistic it would be. So from this example, what we have learned, if we just recall, or just in the last, if we just write these things, what actually we have learned? We learned how to write a function. Okay, we know that. In the second place, we know that this function, this is called user defined function. This is user defined function. Function is of in another category, you can say function is of 2 types. One is user defined function and library function. Library function is what? Already we know. Library function means which is written already in C++. Library function means what? Library function is like what? Sign, sqrt, then what? Then set w. So these are the library functions. This is not written by, or even you can write rand. So these functions are already given, already written in C++. We don't need to redefine this function, sign or rand what. But in this case, play cricket, show score, it is not in the C++. It is our duty to write this function. So that's why we call these functions user defined functions. That means the function is, that means user defined functions and library functions. So user defined functions, I should say, user defined functions is the main thing that we are now learning. We can say UDF, user defined functions, is written by what? Written by whom? Written by programmer. So this is the function written by programmer, not written in the C++ before. Okay. So one is library functions. Library function assign, square t, set w, rand, and user defined function is written by us. So the first function that we write here in this example is the play cricket. Okay. So play cricket, this function has no input, and again no output. Okay, so it is not taking any value, and it is not returning any value. That's why this is the function. It is a void function. Void function means it returns nothing. And what? It does not need any value. Okay, it has no input parameter. I should say it has no input. It has no input parameter, input parameter, and no output. So no output means what? No output means void. I should say no output. No output means what? Means void. Okay. So this is the first functions. Now it is our duty. It is our duty to define this play cricket. And in the play cricket, we are writing in details. So play cricket uses two functions. So we are calling two functions. Okay. So the first function is play innings. So play innings function do what? It doesn't take any input. So again, I should say no input, and no output. Okay. So I should say no input, and no output. Okay. So what the play innings is doing? Play innings is showing a status, that is match is played for 20 overs. Okay. Previously, when we don't have any score, then the match is delayed due to rain. So if we have a score, then the match is played for 20 overs, and then it shows nothing. Just it shows a sentence. It doesn't take any input, and it will not return any output. It will not return any value. Okay. But what's about this show score? Show score has no input. Show score has no output. It has no output, but it has input. And to execute this function, you have to give 6 input. Name of two team, total score or total run of two team, and the wicket number. That means the wicket fallen for the both of the team. Okay, wicket loses by both of the team, W1 and W2. That will be written. Okay, and based on this value, the show score function will do what? Hence, show score is a function. It takes N1, N2, T1, T2, W1, W2. And again, based on this information, it shows the status. The match is played between these two teams. The score from team 1, score from team 2, and who is the winner? Based on the total run, we can give a decision that who is the winner, T1 and T2, making this comparison. So this is the a good program. This is a good example showing about the different aspects of the functions.